So your ministry is called Seeds of Love.
Seeds of Love, yeah.
And so that means you're spreading the love of Jesus all around.
Yes, that was our heart. We started doing missions 20 years ago, and in the beginning we did a lot of medicals, and we did toy distributions, and that's kind of captured Aaron's heart and my heart. And forever, that's been what we wanted to do. And of course, we preach the gospel and we share the good news. Just, we use the bait of all the things, material things. So, but that's been us. And when we decided to go to Peru, it was just like, my mom taught us about, loving people and giving people. And with my family, we did an outreach one time. And Aaron said, will you allow us to use, because when my mom died, I guess I want to tell you this story.
Okay.
When my mom died, we the siblings decided that whatever money people would spend in flowers, because we're there, they send you flowers and flowers and flowers, and they just can't fill the whole place. And we asked everybody to just give money that we can donate to an organization. So they did that, and that we called it in Spanish Semillas de Amor. Seeds of Love.
Oh, wow.
So that's where, that was all it started. So when we start doing and then thinking about the ministry and what should we call it, and Aaron says, I would like to use, the theme from your mom. And so we talked to my siblings, and and they said, sure, of course. And always my heart has been, to get them to be part of what we do. So that was great. And so yeah, it's called Seeds of Love. So we go wherever we go, and we just plant a little seed. We don't go, with the Bible thumping on their heads. We don't go trying to correct them, because there's so much religion. It is just so much. But we go and just show them the love of Christ, with little acts of kindness or little, things that love on them, minister to them. We provide sometimes some resources for the things that they need to get ahead in life. I mean, it's just being Christ-like, and that's what we decided to do, and it's working really well for us, because people are starting to trust us. People are starting to allow us in, in their life, and so now with an open door, then we can, go a little deeper, and we have a group now that we're discipling.
That's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's the lady who used to clean a house that we rented at one time, and her son, that we just have adopted them like their own. My landlord and her husband, and then the lady that works with her, and then they have brought a few friends, and so we have a little Bible study at the courthouse in our house, because you're not allowed to do things indoors. So, and then we just show them the love of God, teach them about the Bible. Right now our topics have been focused on fear, trust God,
definitely,
and anxiety, how to deal with those things. So it's been really good, That's so good. yeah, that's what we do. We just love people.
Oh, well, I mean, that's easy for you, because that's just what you do. You're very
sometimes
you're very hospitable, so I can just imagine that it's that people would receive you very easily.
They do, and they look at Aaron. He's super tall, and he looks very American, and so they're like, don't know much, they don't know how to take him, but once they, he plays with them, he jokes with them, and then, I mean, they just love him. It's great.
He's a good guy.
He is.
He's a teddy bear.
He is. He might look rough and tough at times, but he is a teddy bear.
Yes, he is. Yeah. So what kind of things have you done? Like, you said you've done a few resources and things like that you've given.
So when we got there, before we got to this to Peru, we had gone a couple times and made a connection with a ministry down there that is called Warmis, and it's a Christian organization that focuses in helping and giving skills to the people, that poor people, so they can get ahead in life, so they can better themselves. And then in the process, they teach them about the things of God. They minister to their children, and so it's like they're there for. They have been there maybe for years, 10 years doing this. Wow. So when we met them, and they're also part of Samaritan Spurs, the lady who runs it is the regional manager of Samaritan Spurs toys distribution down there. So we just connected with them, and so when we got to Peru, we were like, okay, we're gonna just go and do all this and do that. But by the time we got there, they were shut down.
Yeah.
Nobody was doing anything.
Right.
And we were like, okay. And so we met with them and then pushed it a little bit, and then nothing happened. And so we met with them again. I was like, hey, we came here, we're ready to do this. What are we doing? And she goes, well, this and that. But finally, she just lined up her faith, and they said, well, let's just do what we can. So we started doing this, we call it workshops, we call it talleres, where they teach them a skill, and it's just for women. These ladies are trained in this organization, they know how to do embroidery, let's say. So the ones that are trained, they become the leaders of the groups, like small groups kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they are the ones that teach them, and then we come in and out, kind of ministering to them, loving on them, providing resources for them. So in this case, the workshop that we started with was embroidery. So Seeds of Love, we provided the thread, the needles, all the tools that they needed, the fabric, and just gave it to them as a initial investment, so they can build from there, the skill, and eventually learn to turn it into capital for their, so they can sell their products and do the stuff. So that's kind of what we do. And so we have now 7 communities around the outsides of the city where we live, and then around 250 ladies.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
that's a lot.
It's great. And they're, the groups cannot be big, but the idea was between 20 to 25 per community. Well, we got the first time to the first community, and we are very 25, just put a few more. There were 50 ladies. So we ran out of material really fast. So we learned for the other ones, but they went up to 250. And these ladies, because they're just like country people, and the children, they're not in school because supposedly they're doing school online, but they don't have phones, they don't have tablets, they don't have computers, they don't have Wi-Fi, they don't have any way of getting that. So they're always with mom and do their thing. So they bring them to the workshops. So through Samaritan Spurs, they have provided the material to do the curriculum, and so we do a 12-week discipleship with the children.
That's good.
Yes, it's great. So while the moms are just having fun doing their embroidery and learning how to do that, the kids are being discipled.
Wow.
And so it just works really well. Aaron wants to somehow get to where there's some of the ladies that are in the groups, so he can train them into leadership.
Yes.
And then become more like not like a pastor, but like somebody that runs and helps the people in spiritual things. So we have so many ideas, so many things that we want to do, but we're starting with that. And in Mother's Day, they finished with the workshop, for the embroidery. And so Mother's Day, we wanted to just bless them, because to them Mother's Day is a big day, a really big day. They did a lunch, they celebrated within themselves. It was really good. And so we wanted to bless them. So we bought them a bunch of, I don't know, they're called bundles, of yarn. And each lady got enough to create a poncho or a blanket. So they're learning new, needle.
Like crochet and...
No, like...
knitting?
Knitting. And so they're going to do...
learn.
I'm learning to do embroidery. I was just like, okay, if they do it, I can do it.
Right.
So I've been learning, and I don't know about the knitting, but I do enjoy the embroidery part. But so now the next workshop is going to be teaching them how to do embroidery. And at the end of that workshop, there's going to be like an expo of what they have created.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's when we go back, that's going to be the next step. We're going to work on making that happen, the expo, and see what, will be the next step.
Well, that's great. So you think that they might have like a sale there and make some profit?
Well, I hope so. I don't know exactly if if it's going to be within communities. Those are details I haven't worked out yet, but the idea is that eventually, yes, they can, I have the dream that when the mission teams come, that I will have their stuff, or at some time have, products that they make and put them on our website or on our page, so people that wants to support them and create that, revenue for them. Or even, when tourism goes back to normal, they can use that for, that's
great.
So there's a lot of, things that we're dreaming of that could happen. So one step at a time.
That's right, one step at a time. But that's like the old adage, if you just give a man a fish, he eats for a day, but if you teach him how to fish, he eats for a lifetime.
That is what we go by. We're not just giving handouts.
Right.
Yes, it's good because sometimes they just need a handout. You just love people where they are.
Right.
But there's others that they don't just need that. They need a skill. They need a way of feeling. And what it does is just builds them up.
Yes.
Makes them have a sense of purpose. Makes them have a sense of worth. And makes them so it's the whole concept is just to teach them to be self-sufficient, but just at the same time to learn of the things of God and be able to just help them to grow spiritually.
Well, that's great. That's a great program.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. It's just the beginning stages. It's just like little steps that we have taken, but I think that with God's grace and wisdom, we will get it to where it's really what we dream of, which is going to be empowering them and make them strong.